What's up, y'all? Yeah. I said it the other day, but subscribers, you guys are getting the hit stands. If you're not subscribing, it's $4.99 a month. Get some good stuff, get some closeout stuff on breaks. Obviously, you get that. I'll start throwing in other perks. I know I got to take care of you guys a little more. I'm sorry. Bowman Hobby, full case tiered, random 525. You getting 3 in now? You think I should be tracking over here? Oh. The Charles Schwab tournament's going on. Our boy Michael Block is in there. Let's see. Where's golf? There it is. Can we just take his score? There's no way he's making the cut. Yeah. He's 92nd. He's 2 over through 4. It's actually a pretty impressive field. Or pretty impressive scores, so. Anybody interested in trading for the Cleveland? Should have been Spiders. What's up, Chris? How goes it? Alright. Moving the keyboard and such. Come on. Get some rides in, Roll Tide. Alabama Auburn. Alabama lost a crazy one last night. Of course, this thing is never sealed. What in the world is it coming out of? Right. It's just liquid IV. So, all right, let's do it. Didn't see any trades. Saw some offers. Didn't see anything. Is today the day we hit a pearl pack or a super? or both. Still have not hit a super, or any one of one for that matter. Bounty's still in play. So, let's get going. Is that enough for a pearl pack? I wouldn't know. Never pulled one. No. I also don't think we pulled a redemption from this. This is like, what, our 7th or 8th case? I ordered another case this morning. This next one will be cheaper, so. He's got Hobby. I still think Hobby's the play, which kind of shocks me. But we've ripped 2 jumbo cases, almost 3 total cases of jumbo. Honestly, I've not been super impressed compared to Hobby. You did, Paul. You hit the whammy. Paul, where'd you go up to? I looked at it earlier, but I forgot. Paul. You are not in the break. Oh, Yankees. There you go. Very well. Yeah, top 2 or 3 team, depending on. We are as due as a group of people have ever been for a Spencer Jones, too. So we pulled some like paper parallels. We did pull 1 to 75 of him, but we have not pulled a single Spencer Jones auto. I think that's like really the only big name that's eluded us. Paper base is still available. It's $64. It just, to me, there aren't many better deals out there. God, this is so much better than Heritage to rip, etc. I know it costs 3 times as much. Trey Sweeney, so on the board early. Oswald Peraza back on the board early. Aqua to 125 for the Yankees. So there you go, Paul. Stand it for now. No offense, but hopefully that's not there when this one's said and done. There's Oswald again. And what's Oswald been doing? Is he still up? Lime green paper, Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals. The $3.99 looking Wagner, Marion Boyd, Harry Ford, not Harriet. Higuero to $4.99 and William Bergolla to $125. Aqua Lunar. And Osuna is the Solar Lunar. Junior Tillian, first Bowman auto for the Metropolitans. So they're just out and about. Sometimes they're upside down, sometimes they're not. It really depends on what case you get. It's crazy how that works, but It used to be. Cedeno, Martinez, Colas, and Arroyo. Marcelo inserts, Perez, Jason Jung, Soderstrom, Lazaro, and Julian Chromes. Reyes, Jordan, and Dominguez. Speaking of Heritage, we'll do some more next week. It's Mr. Jones first, Chrome, Solano. Might just do a dual caser and be done with it. No, never mind, because we're going to do a random case with that box of Sterling. That'll be fun. It's one way to make Heritage fun. Throw a $1,000 box in with it. Hayden Graham first, Almonte first. Andres Mesa first, Atomic, and Corona and Perosa. First box. These edges are sharp because I feel like I've almost cut myself once or twice. Alexa, play Spotify on Office.
Here's Spotify on Office.
The Slowpokes did not. I ended up skipping over them. I felt bad, so I thought there were two guys in front of me. It was just one. It was a single guy. I was by myself. And like I know a lot of people are assholes about that. And I just kept waiting on him, and finally the guy in front of me is like, "Hey man, do you want to play with me?" And I was like, he was walking, which again, whatever, I don't care. I just, we were not going to be at the same pace, and I was going to have to wait on him, with him walking and everything. I was just like, it's like I might have to leave early if this keeps up. So I appreciate it, but I'm good. So anyways, we sat, for like 2 holes. Gabriel Gonzalez, 175. At this point, it'd been like 4 or 5 holes, and there's like 5 groups backed up. And I was just like, is there anybody in front of them? He's like, no. he's like, man, if I were you, I'd go on ahead. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm glad you said that. I was like, I was gonna say, am I an asshole if I just skip them? And he's like, no, if I had a card, I would. He's like, but you know, I'm walking, so there's Mervis Chrome. He's like, it'd be hard for me to catch him. Drew Jones Spotlight. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna skip this hole and go ahead. Well, it wasn't just me. If I were the group behind, like if I were the group directly behind them, normally I don't say anything. I just let people do what they want, even though the note's annoying. But this group was so bad. There were 4 of them. They were all walking, and I was like, I would have hit into them, or I would have. I mean, I might have killed them. It was a combined age of 360. Like honestly, yeah, I got 18 in. So I basically got up. So I just drove by them, and they were just giving me death stares, and I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there waving at it. Oh, I guarantee you, those people think I'm an asshole for. If you ask that, oh shit. All right, well, I'm gonna keep talking because that's awesome. Justin Crawford, atomic first Bowman auto to 100. I don't mind missing a hole to wait or to avoid waiting. Justin Crawford, first Bowman atomic auto to 100 for Brandon and the Phillies. Clifford and Hector Rodriguez. But yeah, they were giving me death stares, but I didn't care. And the guy told me that was waiting on him walking. He's like, I'm about to call the clubhouse. I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know that it's going to do any good. I was like, unfortunately, I've had this issue a few times out here. I was like, I think it's just golfers or old men golfers everywhere. And if you're an old man, I have no issues with old men. Don't be an asshole on the golf course. Pretty simple solution. De La Cruz and Jonathan Maia for the Cardinals. Blue Lava to 150. Virgil, there you go. So then, you know, I get ahead of them, and then there's a group like 2 holes after that that's going slow, but they immediately let me play through. But like I timed it out at one point, and these dudes, if my math is correct, I believe it is, we're on like a 6+ hour pace. Just them. I get it. You're out there, it's a Thursday morning, you're out there enjoying yourself. You know, like I have no issues with it. If you want to play slow as shit, play slow as shit. I don't care. Let everyone that gets behind you, though, that you got to let them play through if you're going to play like that. I'm sure those dudes have been members out there forever, and they probably hate young whippersnappers. I'm 33. I don't think I'm young anymore, but still. Lisandro Rodriguez, a ton. But if you want to play at that pace, go for it. But you should not you should not hold people up. And also, I think it's like driving. The ironic thing is, once you get over a certain age, you shouldn't have a driver's license. But at that same age, you shouldn't be able to walk an 18-hole course. After a certain age, you should have to take a cart. And they weren't great either. So again, I'm not a very good golfer, so I'm not ever going to talk shit about somebody not being good at golf. But I'm also very aware. Like, I am overzealous when it comes to letting people play through. Like, they can wait for 8 seconds. I'm like, go ahead. Well, good box. There was only one decent card in it, but it was very decent. So. Oh, it's beyond disrespectful. Trust me. Like, there is a time where you can just kind of... Like, there's a time where you can, you know, be on the verge. Like, you know, it's really kind of up to you if you let people play. But what these guys were doing, it was literally by hole 4, I'd caught up to them. And I looked it up on the tee time. I think they were the 8:10 tee time. They usually have tee times every 10 minutes. And from what I could gather, they were the 8:10 tee time. So the guy in front of me was 8:30. I don't know that there was an 820. It's a country club. Yeah. So that's the worst part, too. I feel like public course, they would be like, hurry the hell up, blah, blah. The country club, if I brought it up, they'd just be like, oh, these guys are members, blah, blah, blah. Can't really do much. And we just joined not long ago. That was one of the reasons that we moved over in this area. Laura works by here. And that was one of the reasons she got me over here. So that we could join. And unfortunately, I've had that issue a lot. I know it's not a one-off issue, but I do wish that they would just send out an email blast. Like, hey, just please be respectful. And it's not like they had a cart. Like, if, the carts that you can, the carts you rent there have the little system that shoots you a message like, you're behind pace of play. You should, I'm going to email and just say, hey, I was able to kind of avoid it today because I skipped by it, but it's kind of become an issue. Like, we need to let people know. Because I don't get to play very often. And when I can sneak around in, like I looked at the schedule earlier in the week, I was like, I might can get out there Thursday morning. Oh, some orange. Is that an odd two? I can't tell. We'll save it. But I'm going to send an email to the Club Pro and just say, hey, I'm very happy with my membership thus far. Love the course. I'll keep it in awesome condition. But please figure something out for the old people. Like, I had an 8:40 tee time. I ended up finishing by 11:30 still, but hell, I might have been done by 11 or before 11. Exactly, right. It's not going to do you any good. Like, it took me 2 holes to catch up to the group in front of that group playing by myself. And they were walking to, I don't know what's going on with the walkers out there. Like, yeah, you're not going to, like, there was no reason for them to be that stacked up there. And they didn't care. It's like I posted that picture and Chris was like, they look like they were out there chit-chatting. I was like, yeah. They would walk to each other's ball before they hit and, like, watch the other one hit. Yeah. Like, yeah, you go out this place on a Saturday, Sunday. I would love for an old man to pull a gun on me. It would take him 80 seconds to get to it. See, I think that this one, it's country club. Like, it's not like the dues are outrageous, but I'm sure that there are people that, I'm sure that these are founding members of, whatever, and they would have all the issue in the world with being told to play faster. I don't know that they were physically capable of playing faster, so yeah, like at that point, it's fine. You just gotta let people play. And then the group that let me play was a par 3. Guy let me in, Drew Jones, and they were just standing off to the side of the green. And I was like, ugh, I might be out here by myself. I'm not that good. Marcus Lee Song is the Solar Lunar. Okay, I've heard of that guy. Heard of that guy. Drewby. Unfortunately, Gary, it is not Superfractor. Right, if you're in cards, exactly right. But it'll play Refractor Auto 172 out of 1 or 499. Why do I not have any of the? Like, yeah, it's a social sport, but not to that point. I'll just keep bitching because it seems to be working. All right. I will not be leaving them alone. I'll be filing a strongly worded letter. And see, that's another thing I was going to bitch about. I think this is kind of the 2023 problem. All right, so now it's just they just send you a message to your card. Nobody actually goes out there and tells you to hurry the hell up, let people play. All right, Gary, congrats. What are those doing? Oh, damn nice. Yeah, my buddy told me that he got in a fight last summer because he's like, it's him and his family. And he was like, we were literally like prepared to let them play through, but it was a par 3, so we were going to finish up, and the guy hit into us. And he was like, look, there's a Drew Jones paper. He's like, we're kind of backed up before, but we're still going to let y'all go. And that was total bullshit. And that was a real. Rosa Munoz. Jordan Walker. Drew Jones. Shit, they can cut him. It's a 4-runner. Just bring him to you. You'll fix him. Arenado to 499. That hurt. Just banging my hand on the table. Tavares, Zavala, Holiday, purple paper pattern, Moises Ballesteros for the Cubbies, Jorge, Corona, Freddie House, Brad Beatty, Garcia, Yinier Fernandez to 499 refractor for the Dodgers. Dan will stand that up. Randy DeJesus. Henry Davis, Max Wagner, first Bowman Atomic for the Orioles. DeLauder, Figueroa. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I think during the week you can just schedule whenever. And I didn't see the card lady today, or the beverage lady. Granted, that was a solo with an 8:40 tea time, so might not have felt necessary, but it's almost summer. Axel Sanchez, Jed Williams. Speaking of Axel Sanchez, is he done with the second half of that? I think I saw some shimmers the other night. I have not watched it all. Just gave him $300 something on that Axel Sanchez spot and just said, whenever it shows, it'll show. Corbin Carroll spotlight. I'll find out what I got then. Jacob Berry and Edward Julian. Murata, Baez, Holiday, Maega, Henry Davis, top 100. Drew Jones, base chrome. Brooks Lee. Chirito. Oh, wow. I figured it'd be closer to 4 figures. Still not a bad hit, but damn. Adley, Insert, Blue Rod, Jackson Holiday. Not numbered. It looked numbered for first. A second. Chirito, Baez, Perosa, Painter, Frias, and Ellie, Bryce Jones, Brian Acuna, Jay Savina, How You Lee, Rafael Chacon, yeah, I saw he was struggling a little, but still. Saw the super was hit and everybody was giving their opinion on it. It's like, yeah, of course you should sell it. That's the whole point. Like, no one should, like, David Adams offered that bounty, and everyone should take that bounty. Like, no one's going to buy that card outright for that. Drew Jones paper. I'm assuming the guy took the bounty because DA broke the news. So I'm assuming he contacted them. Robert Perez Jr. first atomic for the Mariners. Bastidas and Arroyo. Asa, Yasser, Lawler, Wagner. Yeah, I don't think I've ever once saw a Bowman paper on it and thought I'm going to bid on that. It's paper and a sticker. Gross. Alright. Should still have an auto out there. Do I see red? I see red. And we got orange in this stack too. So Caminero first. Gutierrez. See a red insert. Ink. Oh, baby! Brady House. 4 out of 5. For the Nationals. What a damn case. Ryan. I might just hand deliver that to you this afternoon if you don't want it consigned. Not that it's really worth that, but I'm supposed to meet up with you hopefully later, so. Grego, King Collier. 150 and less. Wow. I guess paper or purple doesn't do it for anybody either. So. Drew Gilbert, Gabriel Gonzalez, Curtis Mead, Steros, and our orange is a third baseman. It is a first Bowman. It is a Cam Collier. Holy shnikes at this case. Reds, Reed Gessner. Reed, there you go. Well, alrighty then. Not much for the tier 2 stuff, or the lower tier. It's damn, that's okay. Top one is crushing right now. I would say top Cam will be pretty close, but to have 4 teams that have made their money back probably in 4 boxes. So that's just assuming. Yeah. That's with a tier 3 in mind, or tier 1 in mind. They need to be on fire enough for a freaking double pack. By the way, that red unfortunately does not qualify for the bounty. First Bowman, but last time I did regular, I'm not going to be doing inserts on it. The Nationals were definitely not a tier 1. Nationals, I think, were tier 3. As were Phillies. It is. Brady House insert auto to 5. I was going to ask if today we're going to get on Kenny's damn tracker, but I don't know. For the red already. Maybe. Alright, next 2. Grissom. Ortega, is Grissom up? What's the Braves last night? He was not there. Drew Jones inside. Crawford, Chrome, Ganoa. Arias Dominguez is the Solar Lunar for the Braves. Or Yankees. How about a redemption? Like I said, I don't think we've pulled one, so we'll just do it at the end of this box. We're not going to wait for both boxes. Purple paper, Freddie Freeman to 250. Wagner, Brady House. All right, let's get everybody's hopes up. Are there other redemptions other than Spencer Jones? Jason Henry Malloy, blue lava to 150 for the Bravos. I've heard some good things on him. I saw a who's coming up next thing, and somebody said he might could come up. Again, I don't know. I see if a random person comments something, I'm just like, eh. They took the time out of their day to seek this out and share that information. Maybe they're not just totally wrong. Galarte to 299. Right, Jones, Frias. Xavier Isaac is okay. They weren't like guaranteeing that again. They were just saying like he might could come up. Caminero, Jorge, Esteros Gonzalez, Brett Beatty, Montgomery, Drew Gilbert, Parada Figueroa, Paraso, Roman Anthony, Colby Thomas, first atomic for the A's, Carlos Jorge. Dude from the Pirates. Uh-oh, Beatty is. What's up, Ryan? I would guess it's not an insert auto because we've already hit an insert auto, but that doesn't mean anything. It's Bowman. Nobody really knows. There's no rhyme or reason in any of this. There used to be. Bastidas Vaquero. Jacob Berry Chrome. Langoliers. Vaquero Nelson Murata. Spotlight Josh Jung. Another Drew Jones Chrome. Two Drew Jones Chromes. Alright, well, let's find out. You're due to receive a Chrome Prospect Autograph Purple Refractor set of 250 of Spencer Jones. There we go, see? I got everybody's hopes up and I was right. Paul, whammy. Corey, what's up? Yep. It is not the holiday duel, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. It's Richard Jones. Pretty nice. So. All right, next box. Purple Lava Drew Gilbert. There you go, Chad. A little PC action. Maybe, I don't know. Should be. If not, how about that? Max Ascension. Austin Charles, Henry Ramos, Dominguez. Ever Julian. Peyton Graham. Raphael. There's at least 3 Drew Jones paper base. The case is still available. $64 for the case of paper base. I have not seen any that cheap. I just want to sell it. That includes the freaking shipping. Oh, nice. Yeah. Somebody's going to unearth you, Corey, and just find the greatest collection ever known to man of stuff that never moved hands. The greatest one-owner collection of all time. Randy DeJesus, Brad Beatty, spotlights. I guess, baseball cards are not like cars. Despite an eBay search I found one time, the guy had it in subtitles prominent, one-owner car, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who gives a shit? It was a PSA 10, too. So, I mean, I guess maybe if you're, advertising that on a raw card, this card hadn't been handled a bunch, that makes a little sense. This guy was, super proud of his PSA being, a one-owner. I was like, I could not care less if 78 people have owned this card. It is not a motor vehicle. To the Dakotas, that scares me. The Dakotas, right? It would be cold or not. And there's probably some fly fishing. Never fly fish, but it does look like fun. Kamar Rocker, Yasser Mercedes at time. Fly fishing does look like the superior form of fishing because it looks like more action. I have no patience, in case you guys can't tell from my rants about golf and from the golf course. So, normal fishing is usually not for me. Chacon, Rafaela, Framey de Leon is the Solar Lunar. Alright, we got a blue Ronnie Simon, blue Lunar to 150 for the Rays. Smoke free, pet free, yeah. What is the weather there now, actually? I'm actually kind of interested in that. Who's got the Rays? Shane, there you go. Collion. Yeah, but it seems more action-packed. I bet it is harder to catch a fish, but there's more action. So in the long run, isn't that more exciting? I tell you what is exciting. Fishing in the boathouse at my parents' house. Because my dad has rigged this thing up. So he goes to the feed mill and he'll buy a 50-pound bag of feed. And he'll tie it to the old jet ski ramp. And he'll slightly lower it in the water and just cut a hole of it. So just slow drip feed. So there's always stuff there. Then he has one of those stupid lights that you put underwater that attract fish. So literally you can't cast without catching something. It's cheating. Hold on just a second. Alexa, Next. Yeah, it is. But there's also a lot of alligator gar, which is actually kind of funny. Those little things flying around or floating. I mean, those things are huge. I mean, all right. Yeah, they're like longer than. Let's see. Yeah, easy. 2 Bowman bikes is worth. That's how I measure everything. These spark plug bikes. That's about 2 Bowman bikes is worth of alligator gar down there. How long was that putt you drained on 13? It was about 13 Bowman bikes. It's a great measuring system. No pearl tags. This has definitely got to be our best chance, though, right? How half this case has been. But we, I guess it was last 4th of July, maybe the one before. We had a few too many adult beverages and went down there shooting those alligator gar. I think it was COVID, so like 2020, so 3 years ago. My dad had this pellet gun. I've shot pellet guns a lot in my life. So, you know, not a lot, but I'm familiar with a pellet gun, have no issues with it. So, like, I put this thing up to my face and started shooting it. Again, had too many beverages, and I had it way too close. And it kicked back like a shotgun. Busted my nose up. He's like, what the hell? I was like, could you not have warned me? This thing kicked like a shotgun? He's like, oh, I thought you knew. I was like, no, it's a pellet gun. I expected absolutely no kick, as within every other pellet gun I've ever shot in my life. Yeah, they do. Yeah, you could definitely. Yeah, I would not willingly get in the water with those things. Also said this is the most redneck thing that I've ever done. Shooting fish, basically in a barrel, on the 4th of July, on the lake after a heavy day of drink. It's also the most Alabama thing I've ever done. That should be the state flag of Alabama. Come on, Alabama. Don't blow this. Got some blue. Luis Angel. Dan Jorge. Blue Lava, first Bowman for the Rockies. Neil, there you go. I'm glad Chad is not here for my last story, because I'm sure he would have some input. Neto and Geloff. Chorrillo or Roderick Arias. Ben Brown, refractor auto. First Bowman for the Cubbies. Again, pitcher, but like, that's not bad. He sells pretty well. Ooh, I haven't started sorting Heritage yet. So right now I'm going to say the slow golfers, but in about 3 hours, I can assure you that Heritage is going to jump to the top of the list very quick. Nah, it's definitely Heritage regardless. He's got the Cubs, by the way. Jeff. Alright, good. Thanks. Mash Mervis. How's that going? Is he still up? Do you want a Senga? I saw one earlier. Mikey Romero. Refractor. Or Lava Refractor to $3.99. Do you need a Senga purple? Or a paper? Top Heritage hit. I mean, probably the Childish Bambino. Nickname parallel for Juan Soto. Hold on, let me talk shit to the Auburn fan. Miguel Vargas. De La Cruz, Zig Rising. Oh. From yesterday, gotcha. I don't think I had one. I think I would have noticed, unless it was early on. So I caught those pretty quick. But of course, I will let you know. Unfortunately, everything ships. I guess fortunately for y'all, Jay Savino Atomic. Unfortunately for me, everything ships. Lime green paper Ortega to $3.99. Sort of kids. Marcos Cabrera, Tony Blanco, Solar Luna for the Pirates. Cowser, again Quill. They got Blyce Arroyo. Tristan Case's spotlight. I wish he would put the spotlight on and actually learn how to hit. Also, if I look over and see no Gabe Vincent tonight one more time, as if Gabe Vincent is Jimmy Butler, like I get it. I'm sure he's an important piece, like he's a starter, whatever. I saw some stuff earlier on it. It's like Jimmy Butler is playing. Like the way that this is being covered is, you would think it is Jimmy Butler. Do we know how rare and or common those things are, by the way? This is the next box. Gomez, Mervis, Chrome. Santos John. Larte Amante. Blaze. Lugo and DeLauder. DeLauder is the Solar Luna. Malloy and Perosa. Hadley. Peguero. And Solar Lunar. Sort of kids. Wrong D-back, but still not bad. Gunnar Henderson insert. Guess I need to download that. Being sort of Lawler. Santana. Tavares. We have not hit an auto this box, right? I think so. Horizon. Sky Blue Paper, Frilly Encarnacion for the Red Sox, Bowman and Simon. Pink, Jose Abreu Paper to 175. Just why? Why is that needed? Brito Heyu Lee, Atomic. Francisco Alvarez, Blaze Jordan, Lazaro Montes, Lawler, Cam Collier Chrome, Taj Bradley, De Los Santos, Nelson Rada. Hey, Dernish Valdez, first Bowman auto for the Cubbies. Spencer Jones. Neto, Luis Angel, Chirrillo, and a Marion Boyd. They look so much like the base, yeah. It's a bad design. Or it's a bad card. Like, I'm off. Like, whatever. If you need to add Paralyze, I don't care. But, yeah, pick one that doesn't look almost identical to the base. Like, hell, go brown. Brown might be the only color they don't have. So what are the odds that those 5 up top stay there? I think it's probably pretty good, right? Like, I hate to try to limit the break, but 4 boxes left. I mean, it's very possible, but it says something was off there on the back. It was the blue wave. I asked the other day, but I'll ask again. Big Memorial Day plans for anybody? LSU Arkansas is next. That one should be interesting. I'm like 14 minutes away from this tournament, so I should just go. Oh, well, congrats, Adam. It sucks, but it's also a very exciting move. Like, once the move is done and the unpacking, it's not fun. It's kind of exciting. Like, oh, where are we going to put this? What are we going to do here? Like, I love moving in my new office. And still kind of like, I still like find myself thinking, ooh, I should do this, I should do this. I got like a whole wall that I gotta figure out now. I was gonna have it painted Fenway, like the Green Monster, but that did not seem like a bunch. Harada to 199. Blue paper Giancarlo Stanton to 150. Lawler Figueroa. Justin Crawford. Kamar Rocker, Alex Ramirez, Solar Lunar for the Mets. Christian Hernandez, Luis Lara, Gunnar Henderson. Oh, nice. I mean, no, that's fun. Ellie. Spotlight. Bryce Jones, Robert Parade. Yeah, we still haven't really started. We just dump boxes, and there are a few things that I have to go down there and get every now and then, card related. But like, I still have boxes of cards down there that are like probably decent, have decent stuff in them. I should probably go through, but I just don't have time. Every spare second. All right, Wilmer Flores, first Bowman auto. Feels like every spare second I have up here. What time? Oh, definitely. We packed in like a weekend, which do not recommend, especially when you're basically packing a house and a business. Because the last people, the guy was a cash buyer, and he got the inspection. Like, we were up against it on this one. Like, we were buying contingent on being able to sell our house. And the person was fine. Like, we actually came over here one day and showed Laura's parents before we moved in. Randy DeJesus, Jacob Barrett, and the lady was here that used to live here, like, finished packing up some stuff, and she loved us because she saw that, you know, we were about to have a little boy and all that. So it would have been okay, but like, we were up against it, and we got the inspection, and the guy didn't do anything with it for like a week. And I was like, all right, well, maybe in the first time in the history of home buying, the guy's just fine with the inspection. And then I think we were supposed to start moving the next Tuesday or Wednesday, and the guy was like, all right, here's a list of stuff we need done. And we're like, whoa. And like, we came back, we're like, we'll do this, this, and this, but like, we don't have time to do this other stuff. He's like, well, I'm not writing a check. And this dude was very clearly fine with losing earnest money. So we did what we could, and then I was at a card show and we had to leave. Like, I was set up at a card show to go cut kudzu off the side of the house because he didn't like it. And he's like, I need to hire somebody to do it. And I was like, I can't. So I was like, I'll just get what I can. And then I was like, we'll knock $500 off to get that done. And there's some other stuff done. We ended up knocking like $5,000 off. But Laura's like, we need to pack. I was like, I'm not packing the house up and then unpacking if we can't move. She's like, we're going to move at some point. She's like, I was like, no. I was like, it's too hard for me to pack and unpack all my stuff. If I'm just going to have to unpack it again in 2 days, I'm not doing it. Yeah, Kevin, there you go. Kevin, you know, so, yeah, our last realtor, he's not great. I definitely wish I could have used you, Kevin. But, like, Sunday morning, before we were supposed to close on Tuesday, he finally agreed to everything. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's move. Let's pack. Okay. We probably should have had some more stuff packed just in case. I mean, but it was literally, it was that up in the air at that point. Like, I would have said 45, 55, with the majority being, with the 55 being that we don't sell the house to this guy. Like, in retrospect, our realtor should have insisted on more than $5,000 of earnest money, because that guy, $5,000, that guy was nothing. Yeah. See, we had been in that house, let's see, since 16. It's 23. We moved December of 21, so we've been there 5.5 years. So we had at a wedding where we got all the wedding stuff. Oh, and I started a business in that house and ran the business in said house. It wouldn't have been that bad if not for said business. Adley Spotlight, Lawler, Xavier Island. Yeah, in retrospect, even the realtor was like, man, I should have insisted on more earnest money or we wouldn't have this issue. I was like, yeah, you think? And I remember, like, they had a busy day at church that day to, like, get all that Sunday. And I finally texted the guy. I was like, look, man, I am not being an asshole. I get it. Like, do what you got to do. Like, I'm not telling you to not worship today. I was like, but maybe we don't attend all 6 hours of whatever we got to do. Like, you go step of the way for 30 minutes to figure this out. And finally he did. But 90 days. She was like, my wife was like, no, I don't care. Figure it out. Holiday Cheerio. Oh, nice. Yeah, see. Like, we did the final walkthrough in this house on the way to the closing. And that was the first time I unloaded stuff. And the lady's like, oh, I wish I would have known. Like, you could have been bringing stuff over for the last week. I haven't been there for a week or two. And I was like, Luis Garcia, Solar Lunar. Is this our audio? It is. Lazaro Montes. My goodness. Alright, so I don't think it knocks anything off the top stand. But it might can share with Spencer Jones, right? Mariners. Michael, there you go. This has been far and away the best case we have done, so let's please close it with a pearl pack, right? Bryce Jones. Bryce Jones is a tough one because you can go Bryce Jones or Bryce Jones. What was his name? I always used to do Brock Holt for it. Steve Holt. So I guess Bryce Jones doesn't really work. Blue Lava. I've got the Brock part of it. So Daniel Susac, Blue Lava for the A's. Lots of Blue Lava firsts. Very good parallels, so no complaints here. Rafaela Geloff. Sorry, I was just singing. I just realized that. Cole Young, Roderick Arias, Atoma, Blanco, and DePaula. Steve Holt, yeah. So I got the Holt part. Steve Holt. God, that was such a great show. And I was so excited when they rebooted it. And the reboot was so bad. Yeah, I will not hear any defenses of it. It was so bad. I stopped watching it. It was probably my favorite sitcom. Office, maybe. Or Seinfeld, once I finally sat down and watched Seinfeld, I think Seinfeld might have jumped it. Just because 9 seasons. And really, outside of the first one, it just doesn't miss. But before that, I really think Arrested Development might have been, pound for pound, my favorite sitcom. And the reboot was so bad. And they kept doing it, too. They kept adding to it. Like, they came back, like, I think pretty much everyone universally agreed the first season of the reboot sucked. But then they did, like, another season, maybe even 2 more seasons. And then they, like, reworked some of the first one. I don't even go near it on Netflix now. I don't even know if it's on Netflix because, like, I think they, like, mix in some of the new ones. I don't know. Alright, last 2 boxes. There will be no Pearl packs today. We are coming up pretty close on the average 1 per 10 cases. We're close to 10 cases. Oh yeah, Shrinking is probably my favorite show going right now. I mean, Succession's totally different. But like, at this point, I think Shrinking might be better than Ted Lasso. No spoilers, we're a week behind on Ted Lasso. Not including the one that just dropped, so I guess we're 2 weeks behind. And Ted Lasso is great, but it seems like they're doing a little too much this season. Like the leading pictures, no spoilers, but there was like, it was tweeted out, I don't know. It's just, they're trying too hard to promote social messages, which is fine, but I don't know. So long story short, yeah, I think Shrinking might be above Ted Lasso for me right now in current sitcoms going. Every single one, yep. Like, you did a top 5 characters of it. Obviously, Harrison Ford is probably on it. But do you know how good of a show it has to be for Harrison Ford to not even be in the conversation for best, like, character or performance on it or whatever? Like, I think Jason Segel. Right. And see, Neil, that's, you know, supposedly it's the last season, but is it? The way they're operating, this does not seem like a last season. Like Succession? Yeah, that seems like a last season. Again, I know sitcoms are a little different. Like even with Barry's, it's not sitcom-ish, but it's 30 minutes. You know, it's smaller. And you can definitely tell that that's wrapping up too. Yeah, like Jason Segel is probably, his character is 1. And then Gabby is probably 2. And then Liz, the neighbor, might be 3. Julio Teheran, I did not know he was either. Casey, I have not seen Casey. Casey's usually somewhat active back and forth. But Liz, Gabby, and they can see this character. Oh, that's cool. You ever met him? He seems like a pretty chill dude. I wouldn't ask him about Indiana Jones. Oh, no way. Is that what I think it is? Oh, it is. We got a gold nugget. We are saving that till the end. We got a gold nugget on top of all of this. This is so badass. I wouldn't ask him about Indiana Jones. I can't believe that there's another Indiana Jones, by the way. The last one was, I told this story before too, the day I graduated high school, so May something 2008, so 15 years ago. Ugh, I hadn't said that out loud yet. I went and watched that in theaters the day I graduated and went and drank by the pool. But I can't believe, as horribly as that one was received, that they're bringing another one back 15 years. Okay, how are they? It's one of those little, it looks like a piece of gold. They're all limited to 50, and there's like 5 of them. Ben Scott, Drew Jones, I'll show you in just a minute, Zach. Cole Young, Julian Bastidas first. Another Ben Brown refractor. Again, they sell pretty well. This is close. Was a $50 card at one point. I'm not sure if it still is, but Lazaro. There are worse cards to get. That's what I'm getting at. The Liz's husband, Jimmy, or no, Jimmy's the main guy. Liz's husband, what is his name? He's great. He's just the most. I feel like that's how I am as a person. Just don't give a shit about much. Just kind of, hold on. It's kind of such a lot of show, but it seems like it's sending a story arc every 3 or 4. Yeah, Neil, it basically is. It's like who's going to take over and who's going to F up this week. Braylon Bishop first. But the way it's written and everything, it's probably not one that I would have binged. I'm not sure if you are just catching up this season or like you fully binged it. But yeah, week to week, it is a great old school show like that because you're not. But yeah, if you watch them all back to back to back, I could definitely see where it'd be like, all right, this is kind of repetitive. Because I did that with Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. I caught fully up. Like, with 3 episodes left, I caught up to the finale. Watch it live. And I was definitely over it at the end. I have kind of tainted memories of the show because of the way that I watched it. It was great, but it was just like, Jesus. When people start talking about greatest shows ever, I'd never mention it, and you probably should. And it's because of how I watched it. Arias, answer. Yeah, yeah. Like Breaking Bad, again, that's another one. You watched it week to week. Yeah, I'm sure it was one of the better shows. 15-year college, only 4 to 6 to 8 years. Russell, yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, I love Barry. 30, not bad in your prime. Yeah, I love Barry. I can't believe it and Succession are both wrapping up this weekend on frickin' Memorial Day, Sunday. I'm going to have to delete Twitter. Like, literally, I'm going to have to delete it because I'm going to that Dead Company show Sunday night. Spencer Jones, and I find myself just meaninglessly scrolling on Twitter from time to time. And I will definitely run into a spoiler, so I'm just gonna have to delete it before I walk in that concert. None of my Facebook friends are sophisticated enough to watch Succession, so unless some of y'all are on my Facebook. We pulled 2 of the 150 here. Dan Jorge. Blue Lava for the Rockies. Barry's probably another one I would not binge. I would go slow on it, which I guess you can't. If you're binging stuff, it's so hard to go slow. Yep. Yep, same. And then we're traveling Monday, or we're coming back. We're going to the lake, and then I'm going from the lake to Atlanta. So. Okay. The way this is shaking out with the nugget and all the, it's like a prospector's choice or something dumb. It's basically they're playing on prospecting prospects, and then like prospecting was how you found gold or whatever, mine for gold. But the way this is all played out, I'm kind of shocked we did not get a pearl pack. Guess that would have been too much. Alright, last box, Ruben Anthony, Xavier. Far and away, best case we've done. Figueroa, Blue Lava to 150 for the Rangers. Jesus Baez, Lava, or Solar Luna. I'm not sure there wasn't anything on the top. There was not. Jorge, Marcelo, Tristan Cases, Burgos, Pedro Ramirez, Gutierrez for the Rangers, Manuel Beltran, Purple Paper. I mean, it's not bad. Jacob Berry to 250. Barry. Never heard. Really? What? Yeah, Ozark was not a good one to binge either. Yeah, bad ending. That was another one. Incredible first couple seasons, definitely faded. Succession is one of my favorite shows of all time. Just the way it's done, and it will go down in history as a top 10 show. Barry's a little stranger. Like, Succession is the kind of show I would tell you sign up for HBO to watch. Or get a free whatever. Barry, if you have HBO and find some downtime, sure. Bill Hader's great, but another Drew Jones crawl. Chirito, Diane Jorge. Yeah. Really the last 2 seasons. I don't think I've seen the Shield. Or I guess the last season, because they split it in 2 like everybody else does. Shout out to Succession for not doing that. Billions, first season of Billions, first episode really. This is one of my favorite shows of all time, and it fell off. And it was actually a lot better without Damian Lewis, DePaula, than I thought it would be. But Caminero Chrome, definitely not what it was. Again, that's the thing with any of these shows. That's why, I love Succession so much. It's so many of these shows just get so comfortable with the money they're making. They're like, cool, we're just going to milk this for every cent it's worth. That's why Yellowstone, I'm not going to be dramatic and say it's one of the worst shows on TV now, but it is so bad, Dan Jorge Atomic. And it's like literally you'll get 30-minute sequences of people you don't care about riding horses because they're just like, we don't care. We could literally just show a horse taking a shit for 45 minutes every Sunday, and people would eat it up so much that it doesn't matter. Like, ratings don't take a hit, apparently. But they are finally, like, basically Costner is out. I don't know. Suits, I'm happy that is coming to Netflix because I was on and off. Kind of girl I dated was. Silicon Valley is absolutely elite. I need to go back and rewatch it because that's week to week when. What's his name? Oh my god. Curly haired Miller was on was some of the hardest I've ever laughed. Gabriel Martinez. Speculado. First Bowman. Navy Von Brown. Vans. That is to $2.99 for the Gigantes. So Howard, there you go. See, Silicon Valley's HBO. The League was great too. Ruiz, Solano. The Succession was just like, this is our story. It's 4 years. Every other network's like, no, you got to do this, you got to do this. And they basically just told HBO, like, here's the story. It's 4 seasons. And they're like, all right, go for it. We're not going to force you to write bullshit. That's why I love Seinfeld so much. Somehow, some way, it held on like it did for, like, there was no drop off in 9 seasons. TJ Miller, that's it. We've talked about this before too, but you want to talk about a huge drop off from one of my favorite characters, and one of my, really, in a lot of stuff, he's incredible in Deadpool. Like, so good. His stand up is horrific, the one I watched. So. Alright. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Jace Jung to 49 for the Tigers. I've never hit one of these in anything. So Colin, there you go. Yep, I'm gonna watch the Party Down before. Veep, oh my god, yes. Veep was, I rewatched it, or really watched it a couple years ago. And my god. Selena Meyer, incredible TV character. Incredible case. Veep was almost as good as this case was. Almost. Let's recap it. Some spotlights. Ellie Reds, Beatty rookie Mets, Jung rookie Rangers, Corbin Carroll rookie D-backs, Drew Jones. These are the green, or the Solar Lunars. They're all first except Jason Minga, so let's go ahead and get him out. Alright, all of these are first Bowmans. Martinez, Blue Jays, Baez, Mets, De Jesus, Angels, Bastidas, Tigers, Luis Garcia, Blue Jays, Perosa, Blue Jays. Yeah, you can steal mine. Exactly, Ryan with the Rada, Angels, Blanco, Pirates, De Leon, Red Sox, Lee Sung, Phillies, Wagner, Dodgers, Osuna, Rangers. Wait till after this. Well, actually, no, you can't because mine's tagged to the freaking DirecTV and I have no idea how to. Alright. Atomics. Rockies, or Jorge for the Rockies, these are all first. Bright Jones, Rays, you leave Phillies, Thomas A's, Wagner, Orioles, Rodriguez, Royals, and Mesa, Rangers. We had 3 Drew Jones base, Chromes, that's okay though, because we had something else. Xavier Isaac is the Invicta, case hit. Terrifying how much it mirrored real life, yeah. Alright. These are paper parallels. Encarnacion first to $4.99. Red Sox. Galarte to $2.99 first. Brewers. Ballesteros first. Purple paper to $1.99 Cubs. And then these are Jacob Berry purple paper first for the Marlins, and pinks are to $1.75. Bishop Pirates and Gonzalez Mariners. All first Bowmans there. Five, 6 blue lavas. Okay with it. All right, Mikey Romero, live at a $3.99 Red Sox. Drew Gilbert, purple live at a $2.50 Astros. Parada to $1.99 Mets. Bergola to $125 Aqua Lunar for the Phillies. Christian Kids to $125 Aqua for the D-backs. Maia to $150 Blue Lava. Figueroa Blue Lava to $150 Rangers. Base autos, how much, or that didn't quite make the hit stand. Wilmer Flores, first Tigers. Junior Tillian, first Mets. Hit stand time. Goodness gracious. All right, Aqua. Oswald Peraza, insert to 125 for the Yankees. Junior Fernandez to $4.99, first refractor for the Dodgers. For the Cubbies, we had Darnish Valdez, first Bowman auto base, and then 2 Ben Brown refractor autos to $4.99. For the Giants, Von Brown, speckle to $2.99, first Bowman auto. These are the first Bowman Blue Lavas. Malloy for the Braves, Susac for the A's, and then 2 Diane Jorge's for the Rockies. Ronnie Simon, first Bowman Blue Lunar to 150 auto for the Rays, and then hit stand time. Good gracious. Lazaro Montes, first Bowman auto for the Mariners. Spencer Jones, first Bowman auto, purple to 250 for the Yankees. Chase Young is it's Prospectors, I don't know, something, little gold nugget to 49 for the Tigers. Cam Collier, true orange, first Bowman to 25 for the Reds. Brady House, Red Scouts top 100 insert auto to 5. Justin Crawford, atomic, first Bowman auto to 100. Drew Jones, first Bowman refractor auto to $4.99 for the D-backs. That is the best overall case I have seen, and probably one of the better out there. Obviously, anytime you hit a superfractor, something crazy, it's going to be a little better, but in terms of overall hits, that one's going to be tough to beat. All right, thanks guys, I appreciate it, and we will see you. Ah, the 49er, I didn't know that. Yeah, okay. That's just, just a single case there, on. All right, so that's it for today. That's probably going to be it. We're going to the lake tomorrow around lunch. So yeah, I think that's going to be it until next week. So thank you guys, as always. If you need me, please let me know. If not, we will catch you next week.